Good afternoon, everyone. Have you ever noticed something strange? Pressure always arrives at the exact moment when we need our mind the most, and suddenly it disappears. For students, it just occurs every time in exam halls, during competitions, and while answering the question you actually know but suddenly forget. But what if I told you that staying calm under pressure is not a shortcut, not a magic, and definitely not a secret recipe, but just a single switch we can all learn to flip? 2 years ago, I was standing backstage before an important competition. My hands were trembling, my breathing was uneven, and my mind kept on repeating the same sentence: "You're not going to make this today." I wasn't facing a lion, I was facing the stage. But my brain couldn't tell the difference. If you have ever felt your heart race before something important, then you exactly know what I'm talking about. That's when an older participant came near me and told me something that I would never forget. Breathe. Your body listens to you more than you listen to it. So I took one slow breath, and suddenly the world around me softened. And that was the day I figured out how to activate my stillness switch. So, this was what happening exactly in my brain at that very moment. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for thinking, focusing, memorizing, and decision making, starts to shut down. This is because for our brain, survival is more important than performance. So instinctively, all the blood and energy starts flowing to our emergency systems of the body instead of the thinking brain. That's why in an exam, the answer you know the best suddenly forgets. That's why on stage, your mind goes blank even after practice. It's not because you're unprepared, it's because your brain is trying to protect you. And this is exactly where my stillness switch activates. Whenever my mind goes blank, I pause for a moment, take one slow breath, and remind myself that this is not danger, this is just growth. Because for me, calmness doesn't just feel better, it gives me my access to my intelligence. So now, let me remind you of a moment. Do you remember the 1999 India versus Pakistan test match in Chennai? Wickets were falling. India was chasing. That's when Sachin Tendulkar entered the stadium shortly after his father passed away with a terrible back injury, carrying the expectations of an entire nation. That day, he fought through that pressure and scored a remarkable century and 36 runs. Later, what Sachin Tendulkar told was unforgettable. He said, "When I'm out there, the noise disappears." He didn't say the noise stopped, he said he made it disappear. That is the difference between reacting and responding. So, staying calm under pressure is not about excluding fear from it. It's about choosing calmness over chaos and presence over panic. So, now that not all of us can be as cool as Dhoni or as calm as Tendulkar, but here are few techniques to bring a mind back to the present when it goes wandering into imaginary futures. When your mind goes spiraling, bring it back to the present by doing this. Look at 5 things around you. Touch 4 things. Listen to 3 sounds. Smell 2 things. And notice the taste of one. This is called the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Have you ever imagined why pressure feels so heavy? It's because we imagine the entire future at once. So let's shrink it. Instead of saying, "I must win this competition," let's just say, "I'll take the next right step." Instead of saying, "I must score well in this whole exam," let's just say, "I'll focus on the next question." Another powerful way to handle pressure is reframing fear as excitement. Because both fear and excitement feel almost identical in our bodies. Both cause heightened alertness, uneven breathing, and fastened speech. The difference isn't in the body, it's just in the label we give it. If you say, "I'm nervous," the body prepares for danger. But when you say, "I'm excited," the body prepares for performance. So don't fight the feeling, just rename it. Finally, I'm saying this to every student listening. Pressure will occur before exams, during competitions, when expectations feel high, and when mistakes feel permanent. But remember this: pressure is not the proof that you're failing. Pressure is the proof that the moment matters to you. You don't need to be fearless to succeed. You just need to stay calm enough to think. 2 years ago, I stepped onto that stage with my steps steady. Not because I wasn't scared, but because I had learned how to stay steady while being scared. So when the next time your heart races or your mind goes blank, tell this to yourself. This is not danger, this is just growth. Because when you learn to control your pressure, pressure stops controlling you and starts shaping you. Finally, remember this. When pressure hits, calmness is not your escape. Calmness is your power. Thank you.